Hi, my name's Andy Fossa. I'm the Emergency Management Director for Pasco County. We've called this news conference to relay some information out to the public and give a brief update of the ongoing situation and the past situation where Hurricane Helene had just passed. Pasco County is now under order of local state of emergency. Hurricane Milton is going to bring storm surge once again. We're urging the citizens of Pasco County to heed the warning when we ask them to evacuate. It's not a game. We've gone through this numerous times, and the complacency is not now. We need to get the citizens to the shelters. That will be touched on by Mike Carbala. The mandatory evacuation will be for zones A and B, going into effect tomorrow at 10 a.m., and it will be voluntary for zone C. The mandatory also includes mobile homes, low-lying areas, and flood-prone areas. Know your zone. Go online to the interactive map on mypasco.net. You can you put your address in, and it'll give you the location and what zone you are in. We encourage you to stay with friends and family. We don't want you going hundreds of miles. We want you going tens of miles. Try to go local to a hotel. In the event you don't have any of that, please go to a shelter. We have 4 shelters open. We encourage you to do that. With Hurricane Helene, we plucked 200 people out of the water. With this storm Milton and the storm surge we're going to get, the debris that we still have outstanding laying on the sides of the roads are going to cause issues. Fire rescue, sheriff's office, and first responders might not be able to navigate roads to come rescue you. So once again, please, I urge you to heed the warning, evacuate, and stay safe. And with that being said, I'll turn it over to County Administrator Mike Carbala.
Thank you, Andy. And as you mentioned before, the shelter information, we're going to open shelters tomorrow at noon. Currently, right now, we have 4 shelters that we've identified for the general population. They are as follows: Centennial Middle School in Dade City. We have 5A High School in Hudson, River Ridge Middle and High Schools in Newport Richey, as well as Wesley Chapel High School over in the Wesley Chapel area. We have a special needs only shelter, and that will be the Fasano Regional Hurricane Shelter in Hudson. As Andy had mentioned, the debris that was left from Hurricane Helene poses significant risks and hazards, which is why the county has stepped up its efforts to try to clear debris. But allow me to level set expectations. Helene left hundreds of thousands of cubic yards of debris, and we're only able, under normal conditions, to pick that up probably in a span of normally 2 to 3 months. So we are attempting to clear as much as we can, as fast as we can, but know that there will still be debris left, which is where we need your help. We would recommend that if you still have debris out there and have the ability to bundle it, cover it, remove projectiles, or even be able to move some of those portions into a garage or a shed. If you have that ability, we would appreciate it. There is no guarantee that we are going to be able to pick up that debris. If you have the ability to transport that storm debris, our West Pasco Resource Recovery Center in Spring Hill is going to be open 24 hours, 7 days a week until conditions deteriorate. And so we will have staff there ready to take that on. Again, Hurricane Milton is going to have a significant flood risk. Again, we will have sandbag locations open. You can visit mypasco.net for information on that and all storm-related updates. If you use social media, our latest information will be on Facebook, Nextdoor, Instagram, and X. So just search for Pasco County, and you can go ahead and pick those items up. Our customer service line is a valuable resource and is open currently until 7 p.m. tonight. But beginning tomorrow, we will have 24-hour, around-the-clock operations where our customer service folks can provide information to you, answer questions, or get you to the right folks with the answer. That number is 727-847-2411. Again, that's 727-847-2411, or you can chat with us at mypasco.net. And at this time, I will answer any questions that there may be out there.
Hi. So we talked a little bit about the debris, and if people have debris along the curb, but what about people who have damage already to their homes? Is there a message you'd like to send to them about, maybe if they're thinking maybe I can't brave this, I have some damage to my roof or something like that, what would be your message to these people?
Yeah, my message to those folks is if you are, and most of those folks from Hurricane Helene are in zones A and B for flood areas. We are anticipating storm surge. I would tell you, you need to evacuate. It's not worth your life. As Andy had presented before, the debris in and of itself presents such a complicating factor. If we had Hurricane Milton coming before us without this debris, the operation would be an entirely different story. But with this debris, it represents, in the wind, it represents a hazard to our first responders just trying to even respond. Our guys were out there even in the wind trying to rescue folks during Hurricane Helene. But if they're having to dodge furniture, other things like that, that's not good. As well as the opportunity as if we're driving high water vehicles in to try to rescue folks, boats. As soon as you step out, they become impaling hazards for our first responders. So I'm telling you that our ability to respond from a first responder perspective is probably at near zero. So you will be on your own. I do not recommend you do that. We are opening shelters. We're staffing shelters. That's part of the reason we wanted to get these shelters open Monday at noon. And we have the ability to stand up more if we need to. So that's out there. So please leave.
What would be your message to residents who are kind of going through that fatigue right now? What message would you like to send to them?
We feel it. We are fatigued just like you are. Some of us that are even working here in the county have suffered the exact same situation that you are suffering right now, and we continue to persevere through it. We are stronger as a community, and I would just say, please keep your chin up. We're here with you. We're here for you, and as a community, we will get back together and we will grow stronger together.
Do we have a projection of this surge height?
I'll let Andy talk about that.
Currently, our storm surge heights, we're looking anywhere from 3 feet to 9 feet, depending in certain low areas of the county. I would anticipate, though, for the citizens to anticipate anywhere between 4 and 7 feet. It's not as high as Helene was, but it is high as Idalia was. And when we had Idalia, people had 2 to 3 foot of water in their house. With Helene, we had some houses that had up to 10 feet of water in their houses. So there is a difference, but it doesn't matter. We're going to reiterate it, and we're going to stress it, and we're going to keep preaching it to evacuate. There's no need to stay in your house, especially now that the damage has been done once. There's really not much more you can do. So it's just better to leave the area, seek a shelter, and ride the storm out.
You know how long the event will be occurring?
So the way we're looking right now, it's supposed to start deteriorating Tuesday evening, and we'll get into the thick of it probably early Wednesday morning.
It's a daytime event.
It'll still be dark out, but it'll be light by the time it ends.
And here at this EOC, how many staff members do you have kind of working on the
So around the clock right now, we're on a 12-hour operation. We're getting ready to go back to 24-hour operations, but anywhere between 60 and 100 people in the EOC.
Do you have a question from online? Can you repeat what time these evacuations are going to start?
The evacuations start at 10 a.m. tomorrow. The shelters were open at noon. All right.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good.
All right.
You want to frame this in your office, sir?
For when we're dealing with
The next
Hurricane
one?
Nancy.
Save for the next one.
Well, not a problem. I did find out that we're talking about that blob that was in the Pacific.
Yeah.
It merged with Milton, so it's one blob now. It's not
Oh, wow,
longer.
we got a twofer.
Yeah, so we got a twofer out of it.
All one block.